Luminosity masks help you to work within certain tonal ranges. If you want to find out how to quickly make them and use them, you're in the right place. That's here in the Work Smarter Not Harder dojo with me, Tony Harmer, aka the Design Ninja. Okay, so in the image I have here, which I'm just going to turn into a smart object because I like to keep everything nice and safe when I'm working, although that step is not essential for you. So I'm going to go up to the select menu. I'm going to come down to color range. And then from this drop down just here, I'm going to select highlights. Now I've got my preview here set to grayscale. It may well be that you're seeing the image and the grayscale preview like this, but you can always swap those around by previewing the image in the dialog and then changing this to grayscale. There are other things you can use here, but grayscale works pretty well, and it's nice and easy to remember that black conceals, white reveals. So you're seeing exactly where the highlights are. I'll hit OK and we get a selection. What we then need to do is to go to the channels panel and down to this icon at the bottom, the save selection as a channel icon. Hold down the Alt key or Option key and click on that. That way you can name it at the same time. Okay, and I'm going to call it highlights, like so. Okay, and then deselect, Command D to get rid of the selection. And then once again, back to the select menu, back to color range. Okay, and this time choose midtones, like so. You can just hit OK pretty much, unless you want to tune it using the range sliders, which you can. Okay, but once again, Alt or Option click the icon there for the new channel, call this midtones. Okay, deselect, that bit's important because otherwise it will search within the selection. Go back to the select menu, color range, and one final time, shadows. Now my friend Jesus Ramirez actually has a fantastic tutorial on this where you can actually get tones in between those, so do check him out on the Photoshop training channel. But for now, we'll just carry on here and make our nice simple 1, 2, 3 set here. So we'll hit OK to get our selection, Option or Alt click the icon there, and then we'll just call this one shadows. Okay, so how do we use these? Well, there are a couple of different ways. You'll see that they've got numbers attached to them just here. So Command 6, Command 7, Command 8, those would all be Control on Windows, by the way. But when we're working, we can load those selections by using Option Command or Alt Control and that number. So let's just say I wanted my highlights. I could do Option Command 6 and it loads that selection like so. Now, of course, if I add an adjustment with a selection active, so let's just say in the highlights there, I wanted to change the color balance arbitrarily. There we go. I can do that. So now I can do that and it's making that adjustment only in that area. So if I push this too far, okay, or perhaps a bit too far, yeah, you can see exactly how that's working. Yeah, so I can go ahead and change this just in that particular area. Now, if I wanted to add another adjustment, but for the shadows, I could do Option Command 8 to load that selection. Okay, then go ahead and add another adjustment. So let's just say I wanted to do curves here. Now I've got a curves layer, okay, as you can see, but just working in the shadows. So if I go ahead here and I'm just going to make these really, really bright just for a moment and then bring them down like so. Let's make them super contrasty like that, something in that region. You can see how I'm toning just those areas. If I turn it off and on, that's where it's changing. So there you are. That's how you can quickly make 3 luminosity masks for your images to tone in specific regions. That's it. We're done for now, and I'll see you next time here in the Work Smarter Not Harder dojo. See ya.